Hello and welcome to the start of a new career mode here on FIFA 18. Now, this career mode will run alongside our first career mode on my channel and the career mode currently going on, which is with Cannes in France. The playlist is in the description below, so either before this video and then you come back to it, or after this video, having watched this one. Do check out my Cannes playlist in the description below, like I say. It would mean a lot. Now, with further ado, let's get into this career mode. Now, I was, first point, wanted to go back to my homeland of England, the leagues I know best and the football I know best. So it was always going to be an English-based career mode. But I wanted to do something a little bit different and something like not just something that's a bit conventional. So basically what we've done is it's going to be as if we're starting from next season, so the 2018-19 season. Now with this in mind, I've done promotions from Premier League to League 1 to Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2, promotions and relegations as realistic as possible. So for example, the Premier League clubs that are in the bottom three currently and look a bit screwed as of making this video, they're all three down, so that's Southampton, Stoke and West Brom. Teams that have gone up from various leagues are all realistic promotion candidates now, and that brought me to the one team I think would be interesting to do. Now I wanted to do, obviously I basically had to predict what's going to happen, so I looked at the most realistic, what's going to be the most realistic things to do for next season. Obviously there are a couple. Atkins and Stanley got promoted tonight as of me recording this, to League 1. That was considered. Things like Chelsea, who will be in Europa League without Conte next season, or most likely without Antonio Conte as manager next season, that was considered. But ultimately the one team I wanted to do wanted to address the quite quick and steep slide that they've had is poor old Sunderland in League 1. Now, as of making this video, Sunderland aren't officially down yet from the Championship. They're 6 points off with 3 games to go. However, I've found it highly unlikely that they get out of it, and even if they do, that would be great because I feel so sorry for their fans. I generally do, and as a club they don't belong in League 1. However, if they are in League 1 and we're in League 1, I'm happy to go there because some of the away grounds in League 1 and 2 have been atrocious. So basically we are Sunderland in League 1 for this career mode, which will mean having to play Atkins and Stanley in a league game, and will mean the team that were in the Premier League, were established Premier League side for nearly 10 years, or possibly 10 years, will be in League 1. Now, just for some context, I said us as in the team I support. I support Portsmouth. So if anyone has any understanding of, having quite shit times, frankly, it is us Pompey fans. Luckily for us, we're sort of out of that now. However, it's still very much a feeling that is there. And so Sunderland fans, could it be worse? It probably could. Yes, it could. It could be worse. You could have had like 4 administrations by now, but that's not the point. The point is, I understand your plight. It's not a very good one, and hopefully you get out of it. But ultimately, for this career mode, we're in a scenario where you've already gone down to League 1, and we're going to rebuild you up. Essentially, we're going to bring you back to the good times. Now, one thing I just want to make the point: obviously, transfer budgets and things. Sunderland spending 11 million is very unrealistic. As far as I'm aware, they've got an owner that's a tight ass and a bit of a wanker. So, would he want to spend 11 million on a player in League 1? No, he probably wouldn't. So, but just in general, the transfers will be kept realistic, as realistic as possible. I won't be spending all that money on wonder kids or Premier League quality, because that's just not going to happen in real life, is it? So, all of that will be kept to a realistic point. The players that I want to use that I've kept from this season for Sunderland, I've tried to again keep as realistic as possible. So players that just aren't that good or need to go, or Sunderland fan, based on what Sunderland fans said on Twitter, are just shit, have gone. Like I say, if there's any in my squad that should go, Sunderland fans, just tell me and I'll get rid of them. Simple as that. Like I say, I want this to be realistic. I've done all the promotions from Premier League, Championship to League 1, League 2 as realistic as possible. So it's all going to be as realistic as possible. If I cross over the line, do tell me. I'll try not to. Simple as that. I think that's pretty much all the intern out of the way. So the next thing I want to do is we'll start this. We'll look at the objectives first of all, which are here. First of all, youth development, which is low priority. Grow one youth academy player by at least 5 overall points as soon as they've grown. Play them in 5 matches. When it comes to youth academy, a lot of teams that go down often try and use youth and try and bring them through. So we will try and be doing that, even if it is a low priority, just as, again, keeping it realistic and, bring up some youth through the team. We've got youth already in the squad that have came through the Sunderland Academy, or I think the Sunderland Academy, and we'll be using them as well. So yeah, we'll be doing that. Brand exposure. I imagine this is quite high on the owners list. I imagine 5 million from shirt sales. The long-term one concerns me. Within 3 seasons, increased season ticket holders by at least 10%. I think that number would have gone very, very low by the time Sunderland are in League One. So at least we got low expectations in terms of that. Financial is critical, which again, a bit of an arsehole owner, is fairly realistic. Keeps player salary growth under 15%, which is realistic for a relegated club, I suppose, and finish the season with 6 million, roughly 6 million unspent allocated funds, which I'm pretty sure we shouldn't have a problem with. I've got 18 million there because of the 60% budget increase thing, which I always just put on out of just doing it, I suppose. I didn't really mean to, but I won't be spending that anyway, so don't worry. And finally, domestic success, which is fairly obvious, I suppose, for a club of Sunderland size in League One. Win the league title, and also reach the round of 32 in the FA Cup, which, yeah, I suppose we could do that. Who doesn't like an FA Cup run? But obviously win the league title is a massive priority for Sunderland. They want to get back into, well, they want to be in the Premier League, surely, not the Championship. So yeah, win the league title but it's only low priority, so we've always got that. I'm obviously not going to do continental success because we're not in Europe. Now on to transfers. Like I said, I've tried to keep this as realistic as possible. Murray Wallace from Scunthorpe, the centre back. He's left-sided centre back, which I always like a left-sided centre back on a left-footed centre back on the left, and then a right-footed one on the right. So he fits that sort of. He fits that. Next one, Atkins and Stanley obviously got promoted. So just in realistic terms, their players are going to be pikey, don't they? And I've got more of them on the shortlist, so more of them will probably be coming. The first one was Doncaster here, who's a right back. He can also play left back and centre back, all rounded, and he's fairly good to use as well, having played a few games with him already. As you can see, we've got on a kind of a theme here. The next signing was also a right back, Leon Davis, 17, might grow to something. So I just thought, you know what, it's worth putting 100k on, or whatever the transfer was. The next transfer is probably the biggest name, I suppose. Freddie Sears, used to be a West Ham youngster from Ipswich. I feel like that's quite a realistic transfer. I feel like Ipswich are a team not really going anywhere for years. So would he take the step down to go to a bigger club? I think that's a realistic transfer. So he'll be my main number 9 for the majority of the season. I imagine I might sign another one, who knows. And then finally, we needed a keeper, because I don't particularly like the idea of using the shower of shite that Sunderland currently have in goal. So Per Christian Breivik, 21-year-old Norwegian, he'll be in goal. He'll be our number 1 for the season. And the good thing about the Norwegian leagues and Norwegian players, the wages are very low, very, very low. 2,900 a week, which is fairly little, so that's always good. And that brings us on to the team we'll be using, or our main starting 11 as of the start of the season. Braithwaite in goal, obviously. Oviedo and McNair are 2 players that I'll sell if I get a good offer, but I'm not desperate to lose them, because like I say, I don't think they'd want to play in League One, but if I'm not getting a good offer for them, I might as well use them. The other players involved, obviously Murray Wallace and Don Ancien, 2 of the new signings. The central midfielder pairing, I've gone for a defensive one in Cattermole and a captain and leader, and then a more attacking one in Lyndon Gooch, who I believe came through the academy, or he's been there for a long time. He's fairly young. The 3 behind the striker, McGeady, McManaman and Watmore. Now Duncan Watmore looked alright in the Premier League. However, the reason why I think Sunderland would keep him is because he's obviously had a lot of injuries. He's had a long-term injury this season, I believe. So I think Sunderland will be alright to keep him, and yeah, he'll be great for us. I'm sure he will. And that just leaves, of course, up front, number 9, Freddie Sears. He's going to hopefully bring us a bag full of goals this season. Yeah, he's certainly a good player at League One level. So hopefully he'll do the business. On terms of the bench, we've got Ruter, who's a keeper who's there, and I just didn't fancy using them because they clearly can't be that good. We've got Mark Wilson, who I don't really want on the bench. We've got Davies, we've got Araji, Lualua, Honeyman, and Osoro. Osoro is someone I really want to use, it has to be said. And this takes us straight into our next game. That is the team we were going with. So here we go. League One for Sunderland. This first game of the season in League One. Look, it can be an adventure, frankly. I'm hoping this will show Sunderland fans how fun it can be to just travel around the lower leagues for a little bit. There can't be any problem with it whatsoever, as far as I'm concerned. As in, look, you'll on this career mode. We'll be in the Championship in no time, and then the Premier League as well. And I'm sure that will happen in real life as well. Sunderland fans, you should really believe. Anyway, we're getting started here, and we've already got oh. Well, that's Southend, right? Okay, good start. Look, look. You're just giving them a head start, frankly. There's no problem here. We've got a lot of time left in the game. You're going to see here, we're going to have a lovely fluid attack. I guarantee it. Here's Callum McManaman on the ball. There's a lovely ball through an area. Duncan Boy slides the ball in and instantly gone. The goal wiped out. I don't know why I clicked my fingers there, but just I'm very confident in this career mode, quite clearly. Look, we had a poor start. Things like that happen, don't they? They happen. But it took us 8 in-game minutes to pull it back, 1-1. From this point on, there's only one thing in my mind, and that is we're gonna go and win this from now on. So easy, as you can see, great finish, bad camera angle that, but good finish. Slides it in, keeper's got no chance. Off the post and all, great. Always good to see it off the woodwork. So obviously from this point we can surely hunt for a second. We're at the end of the half here though, and annoyingly it's Sunderland attacking and what? Marc-Antoine Fortuné has just scored a lovely little finish from that side of the box. That's the bloke that's like 50 and played for Wigan, isn't it? That's good. Good. We're going to go into half time 2-1 down. Look, it's Sunderland. We're used to adversity at Sunderland, so this will be nothing. We're getting at half time, and we'll sort them out a little bit. We'll just have a little word with them, and it'll be all good.
Slip through. Real opening now. Oh, they lead by 2 now. Took the chance nicely, and that really has given them much more of a basis for the rest of this match.
Okay, it's enough of the sarcasm now because we're 3-1 down. I don't feel like I have a right to be sarcastic. We are 3-1 down to Southend United here. I'm not having this. We're going to go to the proper British hard Brexit, 4-4 back in 2, and we're going to sort this shit out. So that's what I'm saying. Osoro's coming on. It's a partner Sears. Watmore's going to have to come off because he's a bit leggy, isn't he? So Lualua's going to move on to the left, McManaman on the right, and we're going to sort this bollocks out, frankly, because 3-1 down to Southend. Not on. Sunderland, no. 3-1 down to Southend, no. Nope. And we're sorting this out now. Basically, we've got 20 minutes here. See if we can get back into this game. Maybe even win the game. If we get a goal back now, we've got so much. We've got time for a third. We've got time for a fourth. As you can see, keeping the ball very well here. That's not ever going to be an issue for my Sunderland team here, keeping the ball. We're always going to be good at that. But we've got to try and get a breakthrough here. As you can see, we've got Oviedo on the ball. Everton legend, I'm sure you can agree. And here is Lualua's first input. You're not shoving him off the ball. He's cut inside on his right foot, and that's the only thing that's ever going to happen. Top bloody bins. His first bit of play in the game. And what do you know? He comes in and he gets a goal back. But we need another. Now, as you can see, the ball's going to fall here to George Honeyman on the right, our third substitution. He's going to cut in onto his weaker left foot, I should ask, and that is a peach of a ball. And there's Lyndon Gooch two youngsters who grown up at Sunderland combining to bring us back to 3-3. A Sunderland team last season, the season before, at 3-1 down would have capitulated. I'm telling you that now. Under me, no, that's not happening. That's never happening. But sadly we couldn't get a fourth, but we got a good point there. And like I say, great character there to come back from 3-1 down. We're now going to go into the next game, which was our first home game of the season against Doncaster. And this is the team for Doncaster we're going to go with. We've made two changes. Lualawa's going to start, obviously, for that goal. Honeyman also made a good impact. So McManaman and McGeady are out. Honeyman and Lualawa in. Let's see if we can deal with Donny here in our first home game of the season. Now, I should also add, in between these, we did have a Carabao Cup game. We beat Southend. We played Southend again. We beat them 1-0. Yep. There's a good save there, by the way. Bad miss, actually. Bad miss, but good save. I'll give him credit for that. But that's a good start for us. We're looking, I mean, based on this start, Donny Doncaster should be fearful. I feel like we can win this about 4 or 5-0, to be honest with you, because there's so clear the difference here. Hang on, we've lost the ball here. And we've gone 25 minutes still 0-0. What do you mean it's still 0-0 after 25 minutes? Here's John Mark. Oh, Jesus Christ. 1-0 Doncaster. Decent goal, that. You know what, we came back last time. There's no reason to be down here. Again, adversity is something Sunderland do, but this team, different. 3-1 down last game, came back, and here's Freddie Sears coming through, first goal in the red and white of Sunderland. We're not messing around either. He grabs the ball back. 1-1 isn't enough for him. And nice little, I mean the keeper probably should have came out, but a nice little, again, a sliding finish. We like sliding in, don't we? I mean, Duncan want more with a slide tackle. He slid onto his knees while he's doing that. Do like a slide tackle, don't we? 1-1 is the score now. It didn't last long, did it, Doncaster? That your lead. Now we get to half time. Sadly it remains 1-1, but you know, it's better than going in 1 down. So we've steady little small baby steps have ensured that we're getting better. As we were 2-1 down last time, now we're 1-1. At this point, I don't really want to change anything. Things are going relatively well. There's half-time scores if you're interested. You might want to pause on that if you are. So we're gonna go straight into the second half here. As you see, Doncaster kicking off. Tried to play like they're a good football team, and they lost it. Kazenga Lualawa doing his thing. He's on into his right foot here, and I wouldn't want him here, and that's why you wouldn't want him there. There's one rule I'd have for any fullback: if the winger you're facing is on his weaker side, he's going to cut in. But this is FIFA, so that sort of doesn't really apply, because FIFA's a bit stupid. But it was a lovely finish nevertheless. Kazenga Lualawa repaying the faith of me starting him. Probably should have started him in the first game, to be truthful. It was very tight between him and McGeady for me. So I do like a pacey guy that cuts in. So we're 2-1 up here. Is Watmore? He's had a quiet game so far, but he's coming in here and he's put a lovely ball through to George Honeyman. And 3-1. And as you can see, so close together, the goals as well. Second half's been going on for 5, 6, 7 minutes. And we've already got a 2-goal lead, so I'm feeling quite confident here. Like I said at the start, we can stuff these guys, and I feel like there's no reason for me to have any worries about the rest of this game. Lovely that finish there, sort of chipped over his leg, lovely. No worries for the rest of this game. Can pretty much guarantee it. Oh, Oviedo's not won that. And the ball's gone through here. Williams? Cuts it back and well, it's 3-2, so I don't understand why they're celebrating. So at this point, gotta make a few little changes. McManaman's coming on, Watmore's coming off, because Watmore gets very leggy, and I've decided Lualawa's done enough, so McGeady will also be coming on. So basically it's the two changes we made at the start being swapped out, and Avaja Jaya also comes on. So let's see if we can get a goal back quickly, or 2 goals in front again quickly here. Here is McGeady. He's just came on, and he's smashed the post, I tell you. That's not a bad effort. I mean, he's going to make me consider maybe he should start. I'm going to have so many issues. Here's Freddie Sears. He's got a knock at the moment, it should be said. It's ball through. McManaman does give me something to worry about. He puts the ball in the net, and we've got our 2-goal lead back. Isn't that just swell? 4-2. I tell you what, Stadium Light has not seen 4 goals for Sunderland in a long time, I guarantee it. When is actually, if there's any Sunderland fans watching, when's the last time you scored 4 at home? Because that's a genuine question, really. I know you scored 4 against Derby a few weeks ago, but that was away. And just already we're breaking records, because I can't remember you scoring 4 in ages at home. My footballing memory is generally really good as well. It's weirdly good. Like, I remember things that aren't even related to anything I'm interested in terms of football teams and things like that. But I can't ever remember you scoring 4 at home, at least. But never mind. You don't need to score 4. You just need to win a few games. Anyway, are we attacking here? What's going on here? Why are we watching this? Here we are. We're now out of time. It looks like it's going to end 4-2. We're just sort of carrying the ball into half with Freddie Sears here, waiting for the whistle to go out. He's cut inside here. Well, we might actually get into the box. We might have time for a 5th. Will we be able to have a 5th? And of course we'll be able to have a 5th. I said about 4 goals. Have Sunderland never scored 5? Nah. Surely I've already got legendary status at this rate. But yep, we scored a 5th. Freddie Sears got his 2nd. And it was all rosy. Got our first win. Everything's looking good. And I'll say at this point, it ends 5-2. We barely have time for the kick-off after this. So, yeah, as you can see, just seeing that, lovely little finish that, isn't it? So yeah, it ends 5-2. We've had a good first episode overall. That brings us to the end of episode 1. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more of this, more FIFA as well. Next episode we'll have our first live game, so that'll probably go wrong now in my luck. So yeah, stick around for that. We'll also have the rest of the transfers and everything. I'll leave you with the table, not that it matters too much at the end. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Sunderland third.